Alright, what's going on, guys? Let's try back in here to do another MMA related video. So this one's going to be a video talking about the eventual matchup that's most likely to happen. At this point, we've got three opponents pretty much lined up for John Jones when he comes back from his little vacation here or time off. It's going to be pretty much one of the three. Most likely are Hendo, Rashad Evans, and Phil Davis. And out of those three, I think that Rashad Evans probably has the best chance of getting the shot first. So I wanted to do this prediction video, kind of just get it out of the way early, get it up, so you guys can hear my thoughts on it. So these two, have got quite a bit of bad blood with each other. I think that in this fight they're going to be fighting with a lot of emotion, seeing as how they used to be training partners. And I think that Rashad worked with John in his wrestling quite a bit. It sounds like, based on their interviews and what they were talking about. I don't know for sure from the camp or anything, but it sounds like they did train together quite a bit. And each one kind of feels confident that they can beat each other. By the way, Rashad's been talking. He sounds quite confident that he can beat John. He can take him down. Maybe he's a better wrestler. I mean, I don't know for sure. And who will be a better wrestler when the time comes? I guess we'll see. How this all goes down. Hopefully, we'll see Rashad fight him first. I want to see this fight happen before the other two, and hopefully Rashad gets by Phil Davis, which I think he probably will. And then we'll see this fight go down. So these guys are going to be fighting with a lot of emotion. Going back to them being trained together, and then Rashad leaving the camp. Basically, how all that whole bad blood thing went down between them, and pretty much. Rashad, I think at first said, I think the first part of it was, just to summarize it, that Rashad basically said that he would never fight John because, John was from the same camp and has been a training partner and that kind of stuff for a while probably. And that, that he wouldn't, even if he had the title or whatever, he wouldn't do it. And then I think John was the one to come back and say basically that, that he would fight Rashad if Rashad had the title. So then I think, that kind of got Rashad thinking, well, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell's that all about? I'm saying here that I wouldn't, and then you're saying that you would. And I think that maybe John got a little bit arrogant there, and, we don't know for sure too much after what happened with that exactly, but it sounds like John, according to Rashad, said to Rashad that he would basically, kill him. Basically that he's like, Rashad, you know that, right? Basically. So he was talking some trash to Rashad. And Rashad obviously left the camp and everything, and wants to finish this. So how's this fight going to play out? And let's do a prediction video for it. So let's go down the list of the skills for both guys first. Of course, we'll do John Jones. John is huge for light heavyweight. He is humongous. He's really tall. He's long. He's pretty strong. He knows how to use his height, and he's very well coordinated, which is something with bigger guys. When you get a lot of taller guys, they lack coordination a lot of times, but John Jones is not one that does. He's a taller guy, especially for his weight class, but he's lanky and all that. But he's very well coordinated. He's got great agility. He's got great speed. He's got youth and the vigor that you need to be able to fight, and He knows how to use that height. He knows how to use it to his advantage. Like you saw him when he choked out Lyoto. That's a choke that, like a guillotine like that. Lyoto was standing straight up, and his head was basically in it. So if you're not tall like that, most time you get a guillotine, you got to have a guy leaning over, But John, he can throw a straight guillotine like that just by basically, kind of getting you between the fence like that and using his leverage and his height and basically lifting up like that. And, he can, put in a good choke. He put Lyoto to sleep with that. So that was very impressive, and his submission skills are very good. He's able to take guys and submit them from the top and in clinches and all kinds of different positions. So even though he's not commonly thought of as like a jiu-jitsu practitioner, his submission skills are really good from sort of like a catch wrestling point of view, where he just kind of powers using his leverage and everything. He powers submissions onto guys and is able to make him tap. In addition to that, of course, he's got the biggest reach in the light heavyweight division by far. And I think in the UFC, if I'm not mistaken, actually that's probably not true. I'm sure Stefan Struve probably has a huge reach too. But anyway, I think his reach is like 41 inches or something crazy like that. So, he's got this crazy Dulcim reach that he can hit you from the other side of the cage with. And, in addition to that, he's really fast. He's got amazing takedowns. Good takedown defense, and just overall a really, really tough guy, and a guy that really nobody has done hardly any damage to. I mean, Lyoto landed a couple punches on him, maybe a few, but other than that, nobody's really touched him. Everybody's just been beaten by him really badly. So can Rashad do it? That's really the question here: is can he do what these other guys haven't been able to do? It's really going to be tough. It's really tough to say. I mean, Rashad seems to think he can. When you watch interviews with him, he seems very confident that he can take John Jones and take him down and, beat him. Now, that's interesting because nobody else has really been able to take John Jones down at all. But there really aren't too many good wrestlers in the UFC light heavyweight division at this point. Rashad might be the best wrestler. Well, Phil Davis, I have to say, is the best wrestler in the light heavyweight division. But Rashad, for MMA purposes, might be the second best. And if he can take John Jones down and put him on his back consistently, for a couple rounds, he might be able to pound John Jones out. It's very possible. Of course, that could just be Rashad kind of being overconfident a little bit. And because John Jones' wrestling is very good. I mean, he took down Lyoto without any trouble when he tried. He's got amazing takedowns. There's no question about it. And, his takedown defense is really good too. So, can Rashad turn this into a wrestling match? And if he can he put John Jones on his back and keep him there? Because the problem is, Rashad can do good damage when he takes a guy down. But John Jones does amazing damage when he takes a guy down. If John Jones gets you down, like you saw against Lyoto, one elbow, and he knows how to use his bony elbows to cut you really quick. One elbow against Lyoto, and he gave him a huge gash. Like, it wasn't even that hard of an elbow, at least it didn't look like it. And, he twerked it, he twisted it, and with the bone on the end there, and boom, just split him wide open. So if John gets Rashad down, the fight's over. If, they stand up, his reach is way better, and I'd have to say his stand-up is probably better than Rashad's because of his reach. Unless Rashad can close the distance. Rashad's not really thought of as a striker too much. So I think that when they're on their feet, it has to favor John Jones too. In a scramble, when they get kind of close and they clinch up and everything like that, John Jones has shown amazing submissions and ability to scramble with guys in unorthodox ways to get their back a lot of times, and just get them in bad positions just by doing some weird movements that you don't see a lot of other guys do. Maybe it's because of his length that he can do other things, and his flexibility that he can do other things that a lot of guys just can't do. Like we've seen him hop to the back of guys before, and just different little weird, quirky movements that other guys just don't seem to ever do, at least as far as I've seen. So very unique in that way. So really, Rashad's only chance I see in this fight is to take John Jones down and pound him out, and be able to take him down over and over and over and over again at will. So, only really Rashad knows, and he could be fooling himself. I'm not really sure. But, I mean, if they were trained together before, and Rashad was able to take him down pretty easily, and he was kind of teaching John, and he's a better wrestler than John, then maybe we can see John Jones have his first real test here. The problem is John is just so dangerous from so many positions that, if Rashad gets John down, John will probably be able to survive for a while. For a couple rounds maybe, he'll be able to take ground and pound. But vice versa, if John gets Rashad down, that's it. Like after 30 seconds, like he could probably finish the fight in 30 seconds just by throwing down 3 or 4 elbows on Rashad, and that's it. He could also submit him in scrambles. So I think when you look at it this way, unless Rashad can totally out-wrestle John and just put him on his back the whole fight, he's going to lose this fight, in my opinion anyway. I think I don't know. I don't really see it happening. I know they've trained together and everything, and Rashad is very confident that he can do that. But I think that when John is training for 3 or 4 months, just to be able to stop you from taking him down, he's already a really good wrestler as it is, so that he can stay on his feet or scramble with you. I almost think I have to go with I really can't see it happening. I really can't see Rashad being able to take John down over and over and over again and just pound him out. So that being said, after John beat Lyoto like that, I don't really see Rashad or Hendo really as being great threats to him. So I got to predict that John Jones is going to win this matchup. I think the odds are probably pretty high. I think they're probably 65-35 for John. Rashad's 35% chance is just taking him down and keeping him there the whole fight. Otherwise, if he stands with him, he's going to lose. If he gets in scrambles with him, he's going to get submitted. And if he gets on his back, oh my God, he's going to get elbowed to hell. So that's pretty much my video for now, guys. Let me know what you think about it. Would you rather see Hendo face Jones first? Would you rather see Rashad or Phil Davis? For me, out of the three, I think I'd have to pick. I'd probably have to go Phil Davis because he's such a good wrestler that I'd like to see him against John Jones. But obviously Rashad and him have bad blood, so there's a lot to it. So from a fan perspective, I think this fight makes sense. I just don't think Rashad has what it takes to beat John Jones. That's it, guys. Later. See ya.